So, they make Africa look smaller on a map. More race hustle rhetoric coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense Logic Reason. And as always, I want to say thank y'all for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. So I have another episode of Race Hustle Rhetoric for y'all. And I have to say, as far as the Race Hustle Rhetoric go, this has to be one of the most asinine examples. I mean, absolutely mindless. This idea that they make Africa look small on the map is completely ridiculous. But anyway, if you take Africa as a landmass, it's a very large, huge landmass. That's why it's called a continent. But one of the reasons why. But you could take so many other countries and fit inside of Africa. You could take America, Canada, Mexico, Europe, China, and a whole bunch of other nations, and it can all fit inside of Africa. It's such a huge landmass. However, if you look at a flat map, a typical flat map that we would see in any classroom in pretty much anywhere in the Western world, you will notice that if you look at Africa and you compare it to all these other nations, and you're like, well, there's no way that these nations could fit inside of Africa. And thus, where the nonsense was born. Now, is this racism? No, it's not racism. It's called map distortion. Now, basically, anytime you take something that's on a ball, or the surface of a ball, and you try to flatten it out into a flat rectangle, you're going to have distortions. And generally, the further you get away from the middle, or the further you get away from the equator, the greater the distortion is going to be. So let's take this map right here. Let's look at this map right here. A typical map, like I said, that you would see in any average classroom. Now, if you look at, look at Russia. Russia is huge. Russia has to be, look at it on this map. It's like 4 or 5 times the size of the mainland in the USA. It looks huge. But in reality, Russia is really only twice the size of the United States of America. Actually less than twice the size, like 1.8 times as big as America. But because of the map, because it sits higher in latitude, it sits much higher in latitude than the United States of America, then there's going to be more distortion. So it appears that you can fit 5 Americas, continental Americas inside of Russia, but you can't. It's only less than twice as big as the United States of America. And then let's look at Canada. Canada is like slightly bigger than mainland United States of America. Only slightly bigger, but if you look at this map, it looks like it's like almost 25% bigger, but it's not. Again, map distortion is that serious, that major, because Canada is just north of us. But it looks like it's slightly bigger at the top of it because of that distortion. And then look at Greenland. Now, Greenland looks like it's actually bigger than the continental United States of America, based upon this map. The truth is, though, that Greenland is like 4.5 times smaller than the United States of America, mainland America. But because it sits, I think, like one of the highest elevation land masses, there's so much distortion, it looks like it's bigger than America when it's not. And this is common when you're dealing with maps. There's like a handful of different types of maps out there. Each and every one of them have their own distortion. That's always been the case. So no, this is not racism. There's nothing racism at all about map distortion. It's just an issue of flattening out a sphere onto a flat surface. That's it. It's not racism. Now let's say for a fact that, let's say if it was racism, that white folks, the white man made Africa look small on the map because they wanted to spite the black man. Okay, how is that stopping the black man? I'm a black man in the United States of America. Y'all know I like to use the the high school senior analogy that wanted to be the high school senior that wants to be an engineer. If that high school senior wants to be an engineer, how does Africa being smaller on the map, or how is it stopping him? It's stupid. It's not. It's not stopping a single black person because of some map. It's ridiculous. But when you're a race hustler and you have to your job is hustling race and making money and profiteering off the backs of black people. And when you live in a world that's not a nation or society that's not a racist society, you're going to always have to stretch and pull to find something racist to cry about. And this is a perfect example of one that's completely mind-numbing. That makes absolute zero sense. And I don't know what's worse, this or the you can get a band-aid in your skin shit. You know, white folks can get a band-aid in their skin shit. I don't know what's worse. Both of them are just idiotic. But anyway, y'all, the next time you hear any race hustlers claim that they make Africa look small on the map, well, now you know, and knowing it's half the battle. And it's always, y'all, until next time.